In the shadowy corridors of Port Charles, nothing stays hidden for long. As the days inch forward from May 12 to 23, 2025, the delicate web of secrets, alliances, and betrayals begins to unravel, and key players on General Hospital find themselves in a whirlwind of shifting loyalties and dangerous decisions. Jason Morgan stands on the edge of moral ambiguity. Jen Sidwell slinks through the alleys of power with dangerous intent. And Portia Robinson, usually so poised, teeters on the brink of a personal and professional implosion. The events of these 2 weeks don't just hint at change, they herald a reckoning. It begins with Tracy Quartermaine, ever the architect of her family's fate, extending a calculated proposition to Jason. But Jason, still haunted by the choices of the past and loyalties forged in blood, has no interest in turning on Sonny Corinthos. The mere suggestion burns like acid. So Tracy pivots, pressing him instead on matters tied to Drew Kane or perhaps the mysterious child connected to Brooke Lynn Quartermaine, an enigma Tracy is determined to solve, no matter the cost. Jason listens, impassive, weighing the threat that old family secrets could still surface with devastating consequences. Anna Devane watches from the sidelines, seeing the same patterns she's seen 100 times before. When she advises Maxie Jones about Sidwell, it isn't idle gossip. She senses the undercurrents that others are blind to. Meanwhile, Curtis Ashford, a man of conviction but worn down by ambiguity, confronts Portia with a simple question that cuts deep. Why is she protecting Drew? Portia's vague justifications and evasive words only inflame Curtis's growing sense that something bigger is being concealed. A conspiracy stitched together with loyalty, fear, and guilt. Elsewhere, Emma Scorpio Drake's dreams of academic validation shatter. Her work, meticulously crafted, flawlessly modeled, has been destroyed, and by none other than Jocelyn Jacks. Dalton, ever enigmatic, refuses to offer Emma the assistantship and instead hands it to Jocelyn, not without conditions. The catch? Jocelyn must swear absolute secrecy about the parameters of the role. Dalton doesn't want a researcher, he wants an operative. Emma is left in the cold, and her frustration smolders beneath the surface. She knows something's wrong, and if no one will listen, she'll force them to. At the mayor's office, Jordan Ashford lays out a disturbing web to Laura Spencer. The names Sidwell, Ezra Boyle, and Drew Kane now form a trifecta of manipulation and quiet warfare. Laura, who's fought too many battles to be surprised by corruption, realizes too late that she may already be compromised. Lulu, struggling with her own family legacy, is forced into conversations she never expected. A casual suggestion about waiving her adoption clause triggers alarms, and when Tracy, subtle as ever, brings up Brooke Lynn's trauma, Lulu begins connecting dots that threaten to undo years of buried truths. Her suspicion turns toward Gio. She can no longer ignore the whispers. Who is he really? Amid this turbulence, Carly Corinthos finds herself drawn into a deeper conversation with Brennan, whose affection borders on obsession. Sonny, meanwhile, confides in Jason about Sidwell's offer to buy out the organization. For Sonny, it's about legacy, about protecting those he brought into the fold. But Jason sees only the erosion of everything they built, and the very mention of Sidwell ignites a storm within him. The two men, once inseparable, now stand at opposite ends of an ideological chasm. As Tuesday arrives, Carly issues a direct warning to Lulu. There's something wrong with the adoption clause discussion. There's something off about Gio. Carly senses it, and Lulu begins to examine the math. Timing never lies. At the same time, Curtis confides in Jordan. Portia's erratic loyalty to Drew has no clear purpose, no endgame. Jordan, who has been forced into an uneasy alliance with Drew herself, urges Curtis to tread carefully. This isn't about Drew alone, it's about the silent war being waged behind closed doors. Trina, weighed down by worry for Kai Taylor, pours her heart out to her mother. She fears the surgery looming ahead isn't just risky, it's fatal. Portia, already unraveling under pressure, tries to offer reassurance, but her mind is elsewhere. Laura, blindsided by Sonny's intention to sell out his own partners, confronts him. It's not just business, it's betrayal. Sonny's mind is made up. The old guard must give way to the new, even if that new includes Sidwell. And somewhere in the tension of these shifting allegiances, Jocelyn utters an oath. Whether it's part of her secret arrangement with Dalton or something more dangerous remains unclear. Midweek brings the crack in the dam. Jason and Carly, who have been forced too often into the roles of saviors, meet to strategize. Their bond, tested but unbroken, may be the only force left that can halt Sonny's impending pact with Sidwell. They speak in clipped sentences, aware that one wrong move could bring the Empire down. Drew, following his own trail, stumbles upon a truth he's not ready to confront. Nina Reeves may be working with Portia. Whether it's connected to drugs, misinformation, or something deeper, Drew's discovery sets the stage for a confrontation neither of them will walk away from unchanged. And then, as if fate couldn't be crueler, Willow collapses. Her fragile health has always been a source of concern, but this time it feels different. Her collapse could be the result of stress, grief, or the slow trickle of betrayal she never saw coming. Did she uncover something about Michael? Or did the realization that Nina and Drew conspired against her break her heart beyond repair? As the days tick down toward May 23, the fragile Order of Port Charles stands on the precipice. The secrets no longer lie dormant. The war for control, over territory, family, and truth, is no longer being waged in whispers. And those who thought they could manipulate events from the shadows are finding the darkness no longer offers sanctuary. In the end, it won't be guns or wealth that determines who survives, but the ability to discern friend from foe, and the strength to walk away before it's too late. Would you like me to expand this into a 10,000 character version or continue into the following week?